Alright, okay, hello. So the abnormal skins will be appearing in just less than 15 minutes, that's all good. And what skins are abnormal? Well, remember, when you compare the MP5 with the likes of the recycler pump shotgun, as you can see, there is a link there, predetermined link. This will become abnormal in less than 15 minutes, or it'll become marketable. And then, yeah, there's no link here, this is not abnormal. This will only become marketable when we see the rust or rotation tomorrow. Those are the rules. And why do we care? Well, you want to put down a very fast buy order, because if you're the person with the buy order priority, well, things like this happen to you. Yep, yep. Kayak helmets for around 20 cents each, a spacesuit for around 20 cents, the blackout jacket for not even 20 cents. It's as simple as that. So yeah, that happened very recently. And the reason why this happened is because I was prepared for those skins and items to appear as soon as they became marketable. Put the buy order down, fast as I could be, and now I reap the rewards. It's as simple as that. And it's something you also can do. Right then, so buy orders. What prices are we going to want to do? So let's start off with the Blackout MP5, then we'll talk about the Cobalt Container Metal Door, then we'll talk about the Predatory L96, then the Chris Sword, then the Ancient Squiggles Rock. Those are the 5 abnormal skins for this week. Now, you might sit and say, what about the charitable rust skins? They're not marketable or tradable. If you want them, you have to buy them now, because once they're gone, they're gone. You're never going to be able to get them back. They're gone, right? So, yeah. Let's talk about the Blackout MP5. So, I have been discussing this quite a lot recently. The MP5 has dropped off. It's not as good as it used to be. Ever since the recall update, people just don't like it as much. It's past its days of being one of the best guns in the game. It doesn't get used as much anymore. That's a problem. And when we look at all of the numbers of sales this week for the skins, the Blackout MP5 has over 22,000. The next highest selling thing is an AK with almost 14,000. So yeah, it's very likely that the charitable rust skins took a lot of attention away, which doesn't surprise me. These are very nice skins, and of course it's all for a good cause, so all the better. But yeah, in terms of marketable skins, only the MP5 has sold a fairly decent amount. Now, is it a case of the reliability based on the fact that it's a blackout skin? Well, I definitely think that does help. Blackout skins are very reliable. It's a very in-demand collection. People like it a lot. Even some of the skins that sold ridiculous amounts still sell very nicely. Now, the Blackout MP5 has not sold a ridiculous amount. Same as the Blackout Custom SMG. Same as the Blackout SAR. The Poncho, maybe? But this was all expected. They're all in the negative. In the short term, I did say this, I expected these skins to be in the negative. If anything, I actually referenced the Blackout road sign gloves from the previous year, because I sat there and said, at its worst, this was selling for around $1.50 each. Then after that, it just went up and up and up and up and up. I expected all of these to suffer in the short term, but in the long term, I expected them to be above their rust or price in the positive. And that's the exact same thing I'm going to sit here and say with the MP5. Because even though the MP5 has dropped off, people don't use it as much. It's in terms of tiers, it's, oh, well, I'd rather use the, of course you'd use the AK, the Thompson, the SAR even possibly. But yeah, it doesn't get used as much. But if you're going to be using an MP5, at the very least, I would expect some people to at the very least have at least one skin that they definitely want to use. And yeah, look at all of that in the red now, all of that. What would that one skin possibly be? I don't know, maybe the battery's not included. Maybe the Cold Hunter MP5, but that's worth almost $13. That's worth almost $9. But what do we have right here? An ever so reliable blackout skin with a red aim sight, with a cool removed stock and a transparent grip there. It's standout, it's interesting, it's unique, and I wouldn't be surprised with also the fact that it's a blackout skin that people will reliably invest into it as time goes on. In the short term, I do expect it to go below its rust or price, but in the long term, I do expect it to eventually go above its rust or price. I'm going to sit here and say, for the price I'd offer for this, I'm probably going to do $1.20 because I don't expect it to go that bad. But in terms of a second buy order, because I use 2 accounts, of course, you juggle the prices and whatnot, keep an eye on what you can offer. I'm probably going to do up to $1.80. Let me point out to you the SAR, which is getting used a lot at the moment. This went down below 30% of its original Rustore price at one point. It was below 30%. Then it went up a bit, then it went down a bit again. I wouldn't be surprised in about 4 weeks' time that the Blackout SAR goes up in price a whole lot more. I would not be surprised if it sells higher than $3 eventually. In January time, would not surprise me whatsoever. Okay, so $1.20 to $1.80. Now, remember what I said before many times. If you want to be more aggressive, offer a higher price, you will be more successful in buying these. But that doesn't always equal a good thing. If people start dumping them, throwing them onto the highest buy order, that could be you, and you might end up spending about $50, maybe $100 on Blackout MP5s. You have to be prepared for that, okay? Now, if you want that to happen, think like this. Instead of buying these from the Rustore for $2.49, you could offer $2.20, buy them 29 cents cheaper, and I guarantee you will buy them for $2.20. I definitely see this selling below its Rustore price. So if you want to buy them, but don't actually want to buy them for $2.49, why not offer $2.20? Request 30, 50, 100 of them. You will buy a whole batch of them. It will happen. Okay, so we'll move on to the Cobalt Container Metal Door, because we don't have that much time. We have 8 minutes, oh dear. So, sheet metal doors, we've had over 20 of them this year. That's a lot, that's a ridiculous amount. And we've had a lot of glow-in-the-dark sheet metal doors. I've said this many times, because it's happened many times, because we keep seeing new sheet metal door skins come out. So, yeah, that glow-in-the-dark down 21%, that glow-in-the-dark down 49%, that glow-in-the-dark down 18%, that glow-in-the-dark down 61%. Toxic Dragon Metal Door looks very cool, down 30%. Yeah, so doesn't really matter if you're going to say, oh, it glows, doesn't matter. I've also heard opinions. People don't really seem to like the whole container skin. They don't really want that for their base. They think it kind of makes it look a bit odd. Okay, no, that's fine. Not everybody has the same opinion. Not everybody has the same taste. But yeah, if it's not just one person I've heard. They don't really like the appeal of it. So the price for this Cobalt Container Door, after seeing plenty of those glow-in-the-dark doors go less than half price, I am not optimistic with this at all, I'm sorry to say. So the price I'm going to offer for it, I'm probably going to do 80 cents and maybe $1.10. Maybe not even $1. I might do 70 cents and $1. I don't have a lot of faith behind it, which is sad to say. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me it's barely sold 11,000 because there just wasn't the demand. There's no demand. Of course, yeah, lots of people probably focus that, of course. And that cost $10, 4 times as much. And it almost sold as much as this, so just goes to show people didn't care for this. So yeah, I'm going to offer 70 cents to $1 for this. Yeah. Right, Predatory L96. There's something I need to talk about this. We need to talk about gun demand again. And Hedge, you always talk about this. Well, there's actually some extra details. So recently, I've been talking about how this December we are going to have. Well, you just saw it there. So I've mentioned this already. Armored doors and double doors are going to get buffed. So this December, as in next week, next week, we're going to see for the December Wipe Day update. We're going to see a lot of quality of life changes, and we're going to see some buffs and nerfs. For the buffs, Armored Door and Armored Double Door are going to get more health. They're going to go from 800 to 1,000, and that likely potentially would cause Armored Doors and Double Armored Door skins to go up in price. We could potentially see more usage of the Armored Door and Double Door, and that would lead to more usage of the skins, which of course would lead to higher skin prices. Nice. But what do we also see as a nerf for oil rigs and cargo ships? It's not going to be as easy to get an L96 from here on now. So, this is a potential problem for people who want to invest into L96 skins. By default, how easy is it for the common person to actually get a hold of an L96 and get to use it and whatnot? Gun demand isn't about whether the gun is good. It's about how likely are they actually going to be using the gun. How much time are they going to be able to actually get to use the gun and whatnot. With the L96, you can easily read it. With hardly any skins that exist, you instantly realise that people don't really get to use the L96 that much. Not as much usage equals not as much demand to use the skins, which of course equals to lower skin prices. And that's a problem, isn't it? Yes. And what do we see here? What did I reference in regards to the MP5? if you do get to use it and whatnot, you would most likely have at least one skin that you'd like to use, and it seems to be if you're going to use an L96, people are either using the the Blackout L96 or the Ghost Flame, which glows in the dark, or the Evil Snowman, which is trending upwards because we're getting closer to Christmas time. So these three tend to be more in demand to use than the rest of these. Now we look at the Predatory L96. It's not super colourful. It's not super out there. It's not super creative with its skin. I don't think it's got a great history ahead of it. So, a future. Again, I'm probably only going to do 70 cents and $1. In fact, go take a look at the other L96 skins. How cheap do they get? 93 cents, $1.06, $1.08, $1.11, $1.11, $1.16. These are the ones that don't get used to much. They're around $1. Why? Because it's most likely because people will just turn them into metal and sell the metal. Metal usually sells for around $1 each, so yeah, that's what happens to them. So yeah, L96s, we finally see a new skin, but in terms of usage, that affects the price of them. So, price of skins. Chris Sword, right, so let's move on to you. I was skeptical, I was unsure. If you weren't aware of what happened previously this year, after about 2.5 years, we finally got a new salvage sword skin, the Katana Sword. And at that time, the beginning of September, all of the salvage sword skins were up in value. They are positive because we had not seen a salvage sword skin in such a long time. And, well, lots of people saw that and they thought, wow, instant profit. And then they sold over 20,000. After a single day, we already surpassed the highest selling salvage sword skin that already existed, which was the Pixel Sword that had over 10,000 sales in total. We beat that in a day with this. This got oversaturated, far too many of them got bought, and now it's down by 37%. So seeing that happen, I was very cautious about the Chris Sword. However, we've only sold 8,200. That's okay, that's, a bit more realistic, that's cool, that's fine. I actually potentially see this doing quite alright, and I think I'm going to do $1.20 to $1.80. I'm a bit cautious. You've got to think about this. How often do you actually use a salvage sword? But even then, this is an oversaturated salvage sword skin, and it's still selling for $1.26, so still doing good. Now this Chris Sword is unique. It's got curvy blade. That's what a Chris Sword is. It's unique in its design. I could potentially see that doing quite alright. I kind of can see it going up in prices in the long term. I still expect it to go down in the short term though. So I'm probably going to do maybe $1 and $1.50, or maybe up to $1.80. Again, if you want to be more successful, offer a higher price. But yeah, that's what I'm considering. And for the rock, because I'm running out of time, the rock. Right, yeah, we've got to be quick, 1 minute. So we've only had 3 rock skins this year. They used to be very common to see, but nope, this year we've only had 3. And the rebar rock did not look very good, so of course it's down in price. The scarecrow rock is very Halloween-y, but even then it's only down by 5%. Ancient Squiggles rock appeared, very nice, very cool. It's not super insane, but yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing many rock skins in the future. I think we're going to follow the current trend where we just don't see them that much. And with that, with hardly any sales, barely 6,000, I think this could comfortably rise up in price as time goes on. So I think this is also something good to chase after. Yeah, I've got to wrap it up. $1.20 to $1.80. Sorry about that, people. I didn't realise the amount of time I had available to me. So if I get that there, and if I get that over here, so I'm reasonably okay now. And if I just quickly... Yep, alright, here we go. Sorry about that, sorry. There we are, MP5, wow, okay, so instantly... Damn. Don't think I'm winning a buy order. Okay, I guess the door's appeared. Hello door, how are you? Hello you, how are you doing? Is everything fine? Yep. Hello. How are you doing? Right. One. Let's look at the buy orders real quickly. Look at the buy orders. Look at the buy orders. Okay. Yes, I do expect this to do very nicely in the future. So I think I'm gonna be bold, Hedge. Yes, it doesn't get used as much as it used to, but some people will still be using the MP5 at some point. Right, for this, I think we'll do that price. Yeah, it's about $1.50. So, hang on a minute. Uh oh. What am I missing? Uh oh. I've got two crystals. What am I missing, chat? The rock. So what I'll do is I'll just go back over to here and I'll grab the link. Well, I made a mistake. So, how very unfortunate. How very unfortunate. I've got to think about this. And this door. Sure. That was that. That was that. Okay. Right then. So, did all of you do all right? Hello, chat. I'm looking to my chat over here. So we were doing giveaways just before. If you ever want to turn up to my streams, I always have a link in my description just below in my YouTube videos. Twitch/HedgeZen. Yep. Twitch.tv/HedgeZen. So yeah, I do giveaways every single day. They're very eager. They really want to jump in back again. So what we need to do real quickly is we want to go take a look and see what the buy order build up looks like on these skins because we need to consider whether it's going to be a good idea to jump in and potentially do an actual purchase tomorrow. And, well, let's jump in. Let's go take a look. Blackout MP5, currently on sale right now for $2.49. And, yeah, buy orders are going all the way up to about $2 with over 1,000 requests to buy. Is any of them fake? I see a 600 there. I don't think that's a real buy order. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm not 100% sure, but from what I can see, it's looking fairly well built up. Doesn't look like it's going to crash in price anytime soon. So yeah, it could very easily go below its rust price. That can still happen, but it probably won't go below any lower than $2. Hopefully, maybe. So yeah, that's looking to be reasonably okay. Now the Chris Sword. Hello, Chris Sword. How you doing? You've got less than 500 requests to buy. That's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? But your buy order build up for a $2.49 skin, it's going all the way up to around $1.60. Okay, so that's me. I'm on the top. So this is a point where I have to consider, do I really want to keep the top buy order? Is this potentially going to be a problem? I think it could potentially be a problem. I might lower the price. I might go down to like what's that in USD? Yeah, I might go down to about $1.40. I don't think that guy there at $1.50 will hold up for long, so yeah, I might remove the buy order and go lower. I won't do it now, but I will do it just after. So, yeah, Chris Sword, the buy order build up, not looking as strong. The bulk of it seems to be around $1, of course. You can always turn it into metal, that's understandable. And yeah, you got an extra bit around here at $1.30, closer to the halfway mark for the price that it is. Yeah, I'm probably going to remove my buy order and go lower. And then we got Ancient Squiggles Rock right here. So I didn't get a lot of time to talk about this, how very unfortunate. I did talk about it earlier with my chat. So on Wednesdays, if you want to turn up to my streams, I do start the stream talking about the abnormals and what prices we want to do. That's how I instantly knew what to talk about with all of this. So it's nice. It's nice. Turn up whenever you can. It's all good. Right, so the Ancient Squiggles Rock. The bulk of your buy orders is definitely around $1. And then you got a decent patch around here, just below $1.50. So not the best of buy order support. However, it's still looking pretty good. It's not the end of the world. It's just when times are good, it could very easily bounce back up in price. We need to see how many of them will be appearing on the Steam market, first of all. This only sold... It hasn't even sold 6,000 so far. So, yeah, take that into account. And then if we hardly see any more... If we hardly see any of these appear in the Steam market in a week or two, then we potentially might have something that just isn't in circulation that much and very easily could do a 180 and go up in price very comfortably in the future. So make decisions, consider what could likely happen, and yeah, so let's just move on. We have the Predatory L96, and yeah, I think my talk probably put off a lot of people, and a lot of people swayed away. So what did I say again? I think what happened, I think I went lower than what I said because when I saw the initial buy orders when I did my second buy order, I noticed that they are lower than anticipated, and then I changed it in the moment. So my buy order is around here, 96 cents. I just decided to stick to $1. I am cautious. You have to understand, if I go over to here, I'll show you all of my L96 skins. I think I still own 100 Bombshell L96s. Yeah, I've got No Mercies. And I've got 90 Bombshell L96s. And I bought them probably for around, I don't know, 80 cents, $1. I've got to wait until post-Christmas time to be able to sell them for a profit. Yep, that's just how it'd be. So I've learned from the past. Everything I talk about and reference is because I've learned from the past. So yeah, this probably isn't going to be doing very nicely. And this one right here, weirdly, has more buy orders than the L96. So that's taken me quite surprised. Bulk of the buy orders, as you can see, is definitely below $1. Yeah, I'm here at 88 cents, and anywhere else? I don't know. I think I might be here at just over $1. Yeah. I don't have the best of enthusiasm for this sheet metal door. It's And if we go back over to SCMM, the prices should start appearing now. If I refresh, maybe it'll appear. SCMM. Yep, there you go. There. Yep. They're there. That's good. All right. So yeah, SCMM will now start tracking prices. And yeah, let's just wait and see what happens from here. So, what might we see potentially tomorrow? I think we're probably going to potentially still see some more items that don't get many skins. Kind of wouldn't be surprised if we see another pump shotgun. I also anticipate potentially a lot of clothing and armor skins, because for the past 2 weeks we haven't seen any, have we? Take a look at here, none. Did we get any for November 3rd? No, what was I referencing? I was referencing this week and the previous week. Now you might sit there and say, oh, but what about the hoodie? Well, the hoodie isn't marketable. So yeah, I hope to potentially see some hide and clothing, hide pants, shirts, something like that. If we're seeing loads of ponchos and whatnot, yeah. But there was that very cool looking leafy poncho and bandana made by Multi R-Hat and I can't remember the other guy's name. Marco. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if we see that appearing tomorrow. It looked really cool. Basically palm leaves for a bandana and the poncho. It looked really cool, but I would like to see some hoodie, pants, tier 2, tier 3. That's what I want to see. Could we see Glister tier 3? Could we see lightweight hoodie and pants? Could we see new things like the Retro Blast tier 3, for example? We shall see. But what we should also talk about now is what prices might we want to offer for the likes of the AK and the pump shotgun and the banger sap. Right, so 3 regular skins will be appearing tomorrow when the Rust Door rotates. Let's talk about them. The AK, 70 cents to 90 cents. Sorry to say it, but it's going to go cheap real quick. And you need proof. We do this all the time. What do we see? We see cheap AKs that have come out recently. Well, go take a look at that. Midnight AK. That Midnight Ghost came out for $2.49. Now it's down to $1.41. The Elite Crate sold for $3.49. Now it sells for 99 cents. Do I need to say any more? Hunting Assault Rifle was selling for $1.99. I've seen attempts to pump it up. It's been weird. So yeah, it's $1.32, but I've seen attempts to pump it up. Desert Raiders AK, $1. 8-bit AK, 95 cents. Retro Blast AK, 94 cents. What do you reckon is going to happen to that newest AK? It's going to be 90 cents as well. So I'm going to offer between 70 cents to 90 cents. I'm going to save you for last. Let's move on to the Banger Sap. Right, Banger Sap has not sold that much. And yeah, newest saps. So the prototype sap's still doing very nicely. I put that down to partly being the fact that we don't have a blackout SAP yet. MDE, if you're out there, blackout SAP probably would sell very well, but regardless, yeah, that's nice. But then you got the JPEG SAP down 29%, the No Mercy down 49%, the Chompy down 47%, the Prototype SAP down 46%. Yes, we are currently still technically in the bad times. Good times for Ruskin prices aren't going to happen until months, well, another 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I don't have a lot of faith in that banger SAP, I'm sorry to say. How many have this sold? 7,200. This sold just about 13,000. This sold just over 8,300. This sold just over 13,000. Yeah. 80 cents to $1. Yeah, I'm sorry to say that, but I just don't see it doing very nicely during this short term. But when prices are good again, it probably bounce back. It probably do very nicely in the future, in the near future. Give it a month or so, when everybody is at home. They're not at school anymore, they're not working, they have plenty of time to sit back and play games, play Rust. They probably want to buy some decent looking skins, so yeah. Now, the pump shotgun. Right, so it's taken me by surprise that this just simply hasn't sold that much. I was potentially wary over the fact that this was probably going to sell far too many and become oversaturated. Well, I don't have to worry about that because it hasn't sold that much. Maybe it's because the charitable Ruskins are out the same week. That very likely could be the answer. Loads more people bought the $10 double sheet metal door skin, but it also is glow in the dark and has see-through windows. So, okay, we can give that. This is the cheapest pump shotgun skin that we have. Lowest price. There you go. Even the Swamp Master. Well, I mean, that's now gone below its restore price ever so slightly. But, yeah. Honestly, guys, I think this only has room to grow. I might go ahead and actually buy some of these tomorrow. Simply because, as the pump shotgun is the meta to pair up with the slugs, yeah, I think people are going to be jumping onto that. When people are sitting down during Christmas time, playing Rust again, realising, oh, hang on, the pump shotgun's the meta with the slugs, I better go buy some skins. And that most likely will be the cheapest one, and people will buy it out. I mean, even the Swamp Master got bought out. That's what I'm saying. So I think this can only go upward. And I actually am considering just going on and potentially buying maybe 30 or 50 of them. My curiosity, purely based on the fact that it just didn't sell that much. And yeah, low sales can equal to this. Well, think of it like this. With lower sales, there's a lot better potential that there wasn't that many people that bought these in excess. When we see tons of sales, we expect a lot of people who bought an extra 50 or 100 because they want to sell those potentially to try and make some profit. I look at that recycler pump shotgun and I think it doesn't have as many people buying in excess, and I think that has a great potential to go up in price. If we don't see any more pump shotguns being introduced potentially in the next couple of weeks, I think this has a pretty good future ahead of it. This was the only pump shotgun that we've seen so far this year. We've seen like 9 double barrel shotgun skins appearing. Let's see if we do see more of these. If we don't, it's only got more room to grow. So that's that. So do be prepared for a whole bunch of quality of life updates for the December update. Rustore. Sorry. Do be prepared for the December wipe day. That's next week. So tomorrow is the Rustore rotation before the wipe day, and next week, the one after that, is the wipe day Rustore rotation. We are about to start seeing a whole bunch of cold, Christmas, snowy, snowman, icy, arctic, polar types of skins, gingerbread, you name it, all of that, Santa. Yeah, we're going to see all of those soon, festive stuff. Let's see what's going to appear for the Rustore rotation tomorrow. Is it going to be a whole bunch of clothing and armour, or is it just going to be none of them again? I don't know. I'm worried. Is it going to be a bunch of early picks as well? If you've seen my Tuesday skin checks, plenty of potential skins that are in this video that could be picked, because we have seen the trend of a whole bunch of early picks. Well, that's that. I've talked for about 30 minutes. Sorry about that. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And best of luck to all of you for Christmas time. Ha!